Alright. So I thought I'd do some relaxed mining in Delta V, which was a fun game that we never really spent that much time on. Alright. Oh, that's not good. I have to turn that off. Test. Seems good. Okay, new game. What is this? Parallel universes? I don't know. 29, Parallel Universe 29. And we will be the Little Suffering. I love it. Alright, so let's take a look at our ship. So we got a mass driver on our high stress hardpoint. Kinetic ammunition. This is empty. Standard tank, standard thrusters. 4 times fuel rods. Pretty crappy stuff. We need to get a crew. Let's see. We want some cheap people. Some people that don't know anything. And I want at least a geologist, an astrogator, and a pilot. This person's actually pretty cheap even for being, you know, an expert. I'll take them. So we have an astrogator. Mechanic. I'll take them. They're really cheap. Here's a pretty cheap geologist. Anyone else stand out? You're also... So you have price prediction accuracy up. You have mineral discovery range up. I'm gonna go with the cheaper one. And we are almost out of money. In fact, we are out of money. I better just go. So this is a game about mining, I guess what are they called? Asteroids in the rings of Saturn. We played it very, very briefly. Just a quick little let's take a look video. I played it a bit on my own. It's kind of fun. It's relaxing. It's soothing. Its controls are pretty bad. So we're right on the edge of the rings. You can see the ring structure up here. We're right on the very edge. We're going to push a bit in first before we start trying to set up a mining. So we'll just increase our velocity. You can see it increasing right there. There's another ship on our LiDAR. So hopefully we'll get away from them. And we'll just drift until we get to a bit further into the rings. We're currently 3 kilometers into the rings. There's a few stones here and there. I say stones, but most of them they're mostly ice with bits and bits of rock and metal. Once we get to, say, 10 kilometers in, then we'll start looking around for something we can mine. Some rocks approaching. And we have to be careful we can dodge them if they happen to end up on our track. They're kind of small. It's not a problem. Okay, we got far enough away from the other ship Won't bother us at least, hopefully. Here's a pretty big rock. Why don't we turn around and see if we can mine that? There's a very large one. So slow us down. We're about 8.5 kilometers in. The way we do this is we fire rocks at them and they blow up, releasing little bits of metal, which we can then just suck into our ship. So when that circle appears, that means the autopilot's active. I'm basically I said align us with that with this thing that we're following, this little bit of tungsten, and then I control the forward and backwards. But it controls our bearing so that we stay lined up with it. How about this? Looks like it just shattered. Here's a couple rocks. Iron is pretty cheap. So what we really want is beryllium. But if we can't find beryllium, getting a bunch of tungsten or platinum would be good too. We only have so many shots. That's just iron. Looks like it's shattered whole. Oh, here's another ship. Hopefully they're not trying to attack us. Here, let's get closer to this rock while we break it. 2 other ships. Oh dear. Ah! I got a little stressed. What's this? Just a bit of iron. And you can see it ending up in our cargo. You can see it slowly push its way in. And it will move around inside our cargo bay, you know, based on how our ship moves. Come on, I gotcha. There's some beryllium. That would be worth a lot. 4,000. What about this? Takes my my miner a little bit of time to figure out what these are. Because she's terrible. Or is it a guy? I forget. Our geologist is a woman. She's working out what these are. Well, while she's working it out, let's just pursue this one. It's a bit of vanadium. Here, let's just keep going. And can we repair this misalignment a little bit? We have another ship to the southwest of us that I'd like to get away from. There's a rock. Oh, it's firing up here at us. Bit of tungsten. Worth quite a bit. Here, go and identify those, please. Oh, a bit of palladium, but very small amounts. Not worth grabbing. Very small amount of tungsten. That's a decent amount of tungsten. Perfect. And you can see our cargo is slowly filling up. We're going to have to report back home, sell stuff. Two pieces. Identify this one, please. Ooh, it's a huge chunk of palladium. Here, just slow down, slow down. Then we'll accelerate towards it. I haven't played Noita. I'm curious about it. I know it's like one of those pixel graphic games. But yeah, definitely one I'm keeping an eye out for. When, like, maybe it's up on a sale or something, I'll grab it. Okay, we have small pieces of palladium. Not really worth going for. This is already coming straight towards us, so it's might as well pick up even if it is small. Just because it's so easy to grab. What is this? Come on. It's a decent chunk of palladium. Worth 4,000. I'll take it. That's something we already skipped over. We're pretty full. We might want to head home. Maybe one or two more rocks. And I want to repair this thruster because we smashed into a rock. Slow down, slow down. Yeah, our geologist is just not carrying her weight right now. She can't identify the things before they drift out of reach. What is this? It's a bit of palladium, and they got a bit of tungsten right there. It's small, but I'll grab it anyway. Alright. What about this rock? Two pieces. One's flying away. This one is a bit of tungsten. Ooh, that's an expensive chunk of tungsten. But I find this whole experience almost meditative. It's just very relaxing. Huge chunk going off that way. No way we're catching up with that anytime soon. This one we can get. Alright, stop, stop, slow down, stop! Ooh, here's a big chunk. And we're going too much at an angle. Ah! And this one right here, that's decent. And I think we're gonna leave. We'll just grab this last one and go. Shame, that's a chunk of beryllium. You can tell by the color, it's blue. But it was going the wrong way. Ah! There we go. Let's head home. So, send this back to Enceladus Prime Station. They're estimating that we had 88,000 in our minerals in our cargo hold. We'll have some repairs to do though. And hopefully some upgrades, because good God, this ship is pretty crappy right now. Ah, it's more than that, 93. Bad estimates. Let's first of all repair our problems. Get the nuclear reactor repaired, definitely. And now what can we upgrade? Or no, let's get one more person first. So right now we've got a astrogator, a mechanic, and a geologist. We need a pilot. You're decent. I'll take you. Alright. So we got a full crew now. Our ship can only have 4 people on it at the moment. Let's see if we can get some upgrades. So right now we're throwing rocks at things. I think that's probably not the best idea. We'd rather switch to getting a manipulator would be best. But I don't know if we can afford that yet. We'd have to put something else. We'd have to put our asteroid breaker on a separate thing. It's like this microwave emitter. That'd be much better. Cost 70,000 though. We don't have the money for it yet. Maybe we can improve our autopilot a bit. Yeah, we don't really need it. Not yet. What would be the best thing for us? What about nano drones? How much would they cost? Way more than we can afford. Let's just go out and get some more stuff. Definitely fill that up to full, please. Yeah, I was in the mood for a live stream. I don't do it very often, but otherwise there's not that much to say when you're playing this game. Alright, just like last time, we want to first push ourselves quite a ways in. So we'll accelerate up to some decent speed. And then just try to avoid hitting anything. Until we're in an area with some more rocks, or with some, at least, larger rocks. Another ship to the southwest of us. We're gonna crash into this rock if we don't move. So we'll just adjust very carefully. I can push this up to a bit faster. Let's go up to, say, 90 meters per second. We're pushing well ahead of that other ship, so hopefully they won't have a chance to bother us. Moving into a slightly more populated area. By rocks, I mean, of course. Okay, that's a problem. Let's push ourselves up a bit, just to be safe. Looks good. There's a small rock in our path. That's correct, so we're going just straight. A little bit more. Easier to pay attention to. We're 11 kilometers into the ring system. If that's the right way to say that. I'm not sure what it is. Like, is there really a defined boundary for where a ring begins? I mean, it's just a bunch of rocks like this. I guess there's a point where they reach a certain density that we arbitrarily call the start of the ring. Because it can't be like the first rock. The first rock would be like way, way out. We're starting to see some bigger rocks, but I'm going to keep on going past them. Let's get out to, say, 20 kilometers, and then we'll start looking around for a good spot. Evade this. It's spacey music, which I approve of. Okay, that was our pilot, letting us know that we were about to hit that little rock there, and it was giving us a bit of adrenaline. I find that's not a very useful mechanic, but whatever. Lots of little rocks. We're at 18. Let's stop at the next big set of rocks we find. Too small. Oh, I just have a big void right here. There's nothing on the map. I guess there's some stuff coming up. Okay. We're at 25. Just need to find some good rocks. Not these little tiny ones. My apologies if you can hear my neighbor's dog barking. I know, when you're trying to make depth, you're suddenly just rocks in the way all wherever you're going. But when you're looking to stop, suddenly it's all blank space. Here's some stuff. Looks like we're entering a big field. Whether they're big or small, I'm just going to go for them. I'm tired of going. Slow us down. Okay. I'm trying to get a little closer so that we can identify the minerals when they pop out. There's some platinum. $10,000 worth of platinum. E dollars? I'm not sure what the E stands for. Doesn't matter. So we're in a platinum area, it seems. Oop, slow down, slow down. That one zoomed away. It was a big chunk of beryllium. Here's some palladium. We can grab that easily enough. But we need to replace our weapon so that it's not just this mass driver, which throws the rocks wildly. We have a chunk of iron. Not fairly useless, but that's fine. And more platinum. Where'd that go? It's split in two. One's right here. It's just a bunch of iron. Forget it. Not worth it. There's some more platinum. Oh, came at too much of an angle. What gives a spaceship its traction? She asks. What was that? Sorry, Captain. Comms were on by mistake. Don't be sorry. Go back to identifying rocks. Achievement unlocked. Serene Ballad. Doesn't tell me what that means, but... Ooh, some vanadium. Okay, we ran out of power. Because our ship has like really crappy gear right now. It gets a lot easier once you get upgrades. Right now we're kind of at a point where we have to do everything ourselves. But in the future we can get stuff that like slows down rocks and that kind of thing. One thing I'm looking forward to is getting a manipulator arm so that it will reach out and grab the nearby rocks. And if we get a better... Ooh, that's a bunch of vanadium. If we get a better weapon, like a microwave emitter instead of this mass driver, then the pieces won't fly apart so much. I mean, we're trying to break apart these meteorites just by smacking them with a rock. It leads to collisions. Okay, we need to find a new place to go. Looks like there might be a big rock down here. Looking on this. There is none. There's no story. There's no goal. They just place you here in the world and say, hey, why don't you go mine some stuff? It's early access, so maybe they'll add more story elements to it later. But at the moment, the point of the game is just to make money by mining. It's one of those games that feels like having a job, you know? Like some of the farming games are like that. Bit of vanadium. Rotating a bit too fast for us. There, now it's caught on us. The developer seems to be much more focused on developing realistic physics and, you know, the interaction between the different things. Like the whole power situation is really complicated. Like you have a fusion, a fission pile that's generating power. It's generating heat, and then you have a turbine system that consumes some of that heat to generate electricity, and then you have a capacitor which stores some of that so that you can burn it down all at once. It's very complicated. You could just say, you have a power plant and it provides this much per second. Instead, there's all these different parts to it. A big chunk of vanadium. Ah. For the Empire. No, for my personal profit. So I can have nice things in my life. And retire early. What's this? This is some more vanadium. For my personal hoard, yes. Some plat. There's a big rock ahead. Oh yeah, now we're starting to see this huge rocks. We're at about 35 out. Bunch of tungsten in this. Oh, look at that piece. Oh, that's the beryllium. It's beryllium is in smaller quantities, so it tends to get flung a bit further. Up, don't hit that. Yeah, that beryllium's off. But this huge chunk of platinum will be higher. Okay, we're running low on Delta V. And power. It's a little fraught trying to mine right next to these, to get things right next to these big rocks, because if we decelerate, like if we try to slow down while we open up the front of our ship, then all of our cargo will come out the front. It'll just fly right out. So we get fuel, like right at the moment I have to run home and get fuel from Enceladus space. Eventually you can use the water that you get in these asteroids to stay out here much longer. But even then, there's only so much you can hold. Ooh, a little chunk of beryllium. I'll take it. It's only worth 1,000, but that's fine. I think that's enough, though. Let's go. So, back to Enceladus Prime. It is one of the frustrating bits, though, because you have to keep on going back to sell stuff. You can never really maintain your progress. You have to continually go back to the same depth over and over again. All right. An extra 63,000. So we're up to 149. First of all, let's make sure we have any repairs we need. This thruster is a bit overheated, so we need to fix that. Alright. And let's get some equipment upgrades. I definitely want to start improving. Let's... You know, maybe our thrusters would be best, but apparently we don't have our power plant can't handle the more thrusters at the moment. We have been having some problems with our reactor. This would cost 80,000. I don't want to spend that much. $30,000 for a slightly better ultra capacitor. We don't get those power failures anytime. I think that's just putting a band-aid on the problem. What we really need is a better turbine. So we're switching from a turbine that produces electricity and consumes propellant. The amount of produced electricity varies with reactor temperature. So this will let us get more for the same temperature. What about a drone? How expensive are they? 30,000? So if we were to switch this over to a microwave emitter, that would cost 70,000. I think that's worth doing. And then we can turn our mass driver off. We could just get rid of it. Or we could switch it for a manipulator. But then we wouldn't have enough money. So I think we need to just turn it off for now. And we don't need to carry around projectile ammunition anymore. Alright, let's try that. Oh, I could have tuned it better, I guess. No, we're not going to be rich for a very long time. Having more money just will allow us to... It lets us reach out for more expensive things. So we are perpetually not rich enough. If this was enough to make you rich, everyone would be doing it. I mean, you don't see people out there in Saturn's rings right now. So we'll get to at least 10, and then we'll start looking around for some rocks. So this visual feed, I'm not entirely sure how to use that. Like occasionally it shows that there's like lights. And I think that means that there's another ship or something nearby firing, doing their own mining. But I'm not sure. It's one of the aspects of the game I haven't figured out. We are at 8 kilometers. That's a big rock. Let's start with that one. So slow us down. Alright, and now instead of having this shooting out little bullets at things, we have this little laser beam that slowly heats up the water in the asteroid, causing it to disperse. It's a little slower, but because we're applying energy so much more slowly to the asteroid, they don't bounce around as much. So we don't have to chase as far. Especially the small bits, like the beryllium. We have another ship approaching from the west. Okay, so we got a few good things. Here's a big chunk of platinum. Here's a huge chunk of platinum worth 12,000 and a single rock. Who knows? We have no idea. Until they come closer, we have to assume, you know, they are potentially hostile. Some of them are obviously hostile, but most of them are just probably other just miners out here. It's not, you know, not real people, of course. This is a single player game, but they don't like announce that they're a pirate or something. My shoot is this. It's this little thing. If I shoot at a ship with this laser, it will cause their systems to have problems. But no, we're not really set up to be a combat ship. There's some beryllium. Let's go and get that chunk before it flies too far away. We would have been better off fighting other ships when we had the mass driver. The thing we were just shooting at the people. I suppose that's an alternate playstyle where you could just kit your ship out to be good at fighting other ships. And then you, I don't know if you can loot them. I don't know. I've never actually tried to shoot down another ship. I know that if you find a corpse, you can get money from that. I would assume that you can steal components from them, but I don't know. Oh, see, look, there they are. They look like they're mining, though, so I'm not that worried about them. Big chunk of iron. And there's weird stuff too. Like I was playing this and another ship approached me and challenged me to a race. Like it wanted to see how quickly you could get to a certain point. And I was in a mining tug, so it was not a good idea to do it. But apparently there's racing in this game. Oops. I think I lost a big chunk of platinum when we were slowing down for that. Come on, pick it up again. Like I said, you can see the minerals that we're collecting bouncing around in our cargo bay. And if you decelerate real quick, then all of them come out the front. Right now, the bay is closed, so it's not going to actually do anything. But if you open the bay at the wrong time, then everything you've looted will just come plopping out. Bit of platinum. Bit of tungsten and vanadium. Almost not worth picking up. So small. Ooh, another big chunk of platinum. Alright, so we're up to 41 in our cargo hold. Let's get a few more rocks and then we can go back, get some more upgrades. One thing we're doing is we're building valuable experience for our crew, so that they'll eventually become much more useful. But experience isn't actually useful for anything except for to get money. So I guess, you know, it's kind of a money now versus money later thing. I think that's enough. So we're at 58. Let's head home. Whoa, wait a minute, wait a minute. What is that? Is that a huge ship? It's a base of some sort. Look at that. Here, let's say hi. Ubuntu 4. You need some processed palladium. I'm sorry, I don't have a mineral processor, so can't help you. But hey, now we know where this is. Ubuntu 4. Alright, now we can get out of here. $48. I thought we had 50 something. Our geologist kind of sucks. You know, that might be better. Instead of trying to develop this one, maybe we can just hire a better one. Because she's self-taught with no experience, and she's costing us 6,800. Is there a better alternative? Self-taught, no experience. Self-taught beginner. Self-taught journeyman. Yeah, we're gonna grab him. So, sorry girl. Luna. Alright, any repairs? Nothing we need to bother with. You know, our thrusters, this might be terrible. That might be one of the problems we're having. Is it seems to take a long time to align ourselves with various targets. Maybe we should try replacing our reaction control. We don't have enough heat, apparently, to power these. So maybe we need to get better fuel rods, or more fuel rods that... Yeah, okay. We'll switch this out. Deal with our power situation. And let's do some tuning. Let's add a bit more thrust to our thrusters. At the expense of, you know, lower efficiency. And let's definitely up the microwave power, which will make it much better at taking apart asteroids, but worse at taking apart ships. Anything else I want to do? Target temperature, let's just raise that a little bit. A bit more wear and tear, but a bit more power available. And we don't really have enough money to do anything else, so we have to head back out. Every day we're a little bit better than we would be. I think the next main target I want is a manipulator. That'll make it much easier for us to pick up the ore. Alright. As usual, we'll begin this by pushing ourselves way out. I watched a video of someone who was trying to get the most money they could in one run, and they basically started at the beginning and they pushed themselves out to 200. It's like they sat there for like a half hour just letting their ship drift. when they started getting started mining stuff in one of the moonlets, whatever they call it. I don't know. I think slowly working your way up the upgrade chain is probably faster than going for the one special run. We have a ship to the northwest, but it's fallen behind, so probably not a problem. Let's add a bit more power though, so that it falls behind a little faster. That's a shame. We're not stopping for that, but we need to get out of the way. It keeps flashing on our reactor temperature. At the moment, we're going faster than they are, but I mean, we're in space, so it's really a lot more about how quickly each of us can accelerate than absolute speeds. And our ship still has, you know, the worst, the newbie thruster, so we can't accelerate or change our velocity very quickly. We have to be a little careful. We are not very agile. But they fell behind, which means they just weren't going in the same direction as us. But yeah, I'm a little worried about this. Maybe I should change my reactor temperature down a bit, because I think we're just hitting this threshold of causing extra wear and tear over and over and over again. But I can't do it here. I'll have to wait till we refit back at base. We're at 16, passing 17. Probably be looking for a good spot. Oh, I thought my ship was facing your direction. Ah! Okay, we barely managed to avoid that. One thing, if you spin your ship fast enough, then the reactor control rods for your power plant don't stay in, and your ship overheats and explodes just from spinning too fast. It makes sense, but it's one of those, you know, very, very detailed things that the developer worked on rather than building up, you know, a slightly more intuitive UI. Passing 24. I have to start all over again. What's worse is when you get a reactor leak. Like, then you see a little plume coming out of your ship, and then you constantly have to be using your thrusters to correct for it. Here, let's slow down and start looking for some rocks. There we go. Maybe. I'm not inclined to. I mean, it might happen no matter what. I might not be able to prevent it from happening. Ooh, big chunk of beryllium. Let's grab that while it's close. Beryllium is the best price per, unit of mass. But because it always shows up in such small quantities, it always flies all over the place. Some vanadium. This new geologist is perfect. He's identifying them way out here. Before we had to get closer to them, we had to be within like this radius to see what they were. We are running a bit low. Well, we're not really running low on Delta V. We're still very full. Because we just don't have that much to begin with. Oh dear, we have another ship coming nearby. It's coming towards us pretty quick. Yeah, he wants to race. No, I don't want to do a race. Sorry. I'm not geared up for racing. You're gonna leave your drone broadcasting here. Just ping it when you're ready. Discovered a racing site. Ooh. Looks like this guy's got a little drone following him. That would be nifty. Have the drone go and get stuff for us instead of having to go and run over and chomp it up ourselves. Oh, I hit that vanadium. I didn't mean to. Most of these just disintegrate into ice. Or into water, because they are just ice chunks. There's some plat. We've got 36 in our hold right now. Looks like there's something going on to the north of us. Could be another ship. Maybe it's just that racer. He was heading in that direction. Yeah, and just nothing there. Alright, let's find some more rocks. Some vanadium. More vanadium. Seems like this area must be like very rich in vanadium because we keep on finding a ton of it. Palladium there. Any joy there? Doesn't look like it. Just disintegrated. Ooh, a big chunk of beryllium. Two good chunks. Smaller and bigger. Let's see if we can get both of them. Some nice rocks around too. That we hopefully don't crash into while trying to get this beryllium. 10,000 in a single rock. Just a bunch of iron. Ooh, that's a big beryllium chunk. 13,000. Nice. That rock was just like almost completely ice. Just a few little chunks here. Too far away for me to identify. Alright, it's iron and a bit of beryllium. Just a small chunk. Our cargo bay is getting quite full. Maybe one or two more rocks, as most we can hold. Discovered a big LiDAR contact. You were having a drink with a friend. They asteroid a big iceroid out this way. I mean, where is it then? Okay, this little piece of ice is getting in our way. It's kind of a bad time for it, because we just said we were full. Yeah, I think we'll check in home first, and then maybe we'll try going to that LiDAR contact. $90,000 extra money. And not much needing repair. So we can go and get new stuff. Can we possibly get a nano thing yet? No. What I want are these tug drones, but they cost 250. That's outside of our range. Let's get that manipulator then. So now our ship has a little arm in the front of it that can reach out and grab minerals and guide it to its mouth. Alright, let's see if we can go to that LiDAR contact. Looks like there's a big thing off to the left here. Ooh. Big moon? Can we go inside it? We can. Okay, wait. Let's be very careful. Slow down. There is a thing in there. A few things. A little geode inside the moon. Uranium caves. Oh. One more little chunk. It looks like a lot of them just exploded. They must have been volatile. But we got a decent amount. Looks like we got 4 or 5 of them. Ah! And it's saying we have $50,000 worth of stuff for just that one little thing. Just get some rocks and we'll go back home, and that was a really great dive. You can't hear anything? Is there a problem? Let me see if I can hear me. Is there a problem? I hear me. Sorry. Test, test. Can you hear me? But yeah, look at this. Look how much faster this makes it. We can just get close to the things, and the little orbs the little arm will reach out and grab it for us. You missed the moon with all the explosive things in it. Ooh, a big chunk of palladium there. And that's actually a surprisingly large chunk of iron. Iron's cheap, but you get enough of it. Everything counts in large amounts. Except for 18 kilograms of palladium. That doesn't count. We're already at 87,000. Let's just get this one rock and then we'll head home. Ooh, some beryllium. Whoop. See, we were decelerating when we did that, and some of our cargo fell out. But the grappler arm was able to grab it again. Alright, let's go. There's another ship coming. I want to get away before it gets too close. No, it's just a guy asking about a race. I've never seen thrusters like that. What are you flying? Custom-made racing gear. Yeah, look at that. It's got like side thrusters. So it can accelerate really quickly in all directions. Yeah, Serenity. What does that say? Serenity Terhermite. Tacarinite? Anyway, these little crystals we found in the moon. They sell very nicely. 10,000 each. Nothing needs repair that much. Just a few things. So we got 141. What should we buy? Now that we upgraded our reactor, maybe we can get better thrusters now? Nah, still saying we have problems with having enough power. Maybe we can upgrade our autopilot. It's pretty cheap. So this will also pay attention to cargo mass shift to compute minimum thrust required for maneuvers. This will also can handle gimbal drives, which we don't have. But does display collision warnings. Let's upgrade to this one, sure. And how much would we need to start refining? 350. 350. Let's get cargo bay baffles though. That'll be cheap. And what about our main drive? It keeps saying that we don't have enough thermal or electric power. I think we're good. So 89,000 in the bank. Maybe we can spend it on something. A better drone? Or any drone, even. A microseismic drone. Alright. Once more! Oh, I didn't know that. The glowing border tells you about like the type of event you're facing. Nifty. So we got cargo baffles. So now that it's less likely that a loose bit of ore is going to fall out the front. We also have this remote scanner. So if I hover my mouse over a rock, where's a rock? And we have this. This is our laser range. Ooh, why is our reactor getting so hot? Maybe a problem. Come on, where's a rock? There's a rock. So if I hover over it, it's going to say that's mostly H2O. You can see in this little estimated compositions. So mostly H2O. Because we're so far out. I mean, I'm not so far out. We're so far away from the main rings. Ooh, the Bronze Hope right next to us. Let's talk to them. What do you have to say to us? Any ore to spare? That was a challenging run. Here, I'll give you some free money. Always best to have some friends. So that's a vanadium asteroid. I'm not even going to keep checking. They're mostly going to be bad asteroids until we get a little further down. What are you doing? Don't do that. Here. Let me change this. So don't try to grab unmarked stuff. Only grab things that are beryllium, iron, palladium that are worth at least 2,000. I try not to even wonder. Passing 11K. You can see that ship behind us, I think, doing stuff. This collision warning is useful. It shows like when we're going to hit something from further back. We're going a bit fast. Maybe we should slow down a bit. Passing 17. That's a nice big rock. Let's start over here. So, it's saying it's mostly vanadium and tungsten, with little bits of platinum. And a bunch of beryllium too, if we can get it. The estimated composition isn't very good. I think probably you should just interpret it as that mineral is there in some quantity. But vanadium is staying at the top quite a bit. So it would not surprise me if we find mostly vanadium. Bit of tungsten. See, it's so much nicer now that the rock isn't just flying all over the place the moment we smack it. Big chunk of vanadium. Some beryllium there. Let's grab that before it flies too far. We need to upgrade our main drive. It's too hard for this to coordinate. We can't slow down fast enough. Ooh, that's a big chunk of beryllium. 12,000. Very nice. Ooh, the Bronze Hope is right there. We gotta be careful not to accidentally shoot them. But they're not getting my beryllium. That's mine! No! That's mine! Yeah, we can say hi to them. No response. There's a good chunk of going there. But I do think we're having trouble with maneuverability. Like, we've been adding this big arm. We added some cargo stuff. We've been improving our ability to harvest, but we haven't improved our maneuverability at all. So thrusters and main thruster, I think, are the next targets. That ship's heading away, so that's good. Hopefully. Ooh, big thing of palladium. Our ship's starting to get a little full, though. See, it's. I mean, it's got technically a lot of space left, but in terms of, not wanting to spill stuff out into space whenever we open up the front of the ship, we don't have a lot of space left. Ooh, a big chunk of beryllium. 12,000. Nice. That's enough. Nearly 100,000. I think that's enough for us to go back and try to reset. Yep, 93. Decent estimate. The beryllium's pretty because it's all blue. Any repairs needed? Not really. Alright, so I said I wanted to either get our standard thruster or our main propulsion or our thrusters. What would our main propulsion require? It's still saying they need more heat. But we rarely use main propulsion, so I'm not sure that's a problem. I mean, this is a pretty cheap trade, and let's just jump straight after this one. Simulation looks fine. Looks like the temperature isn't giving us problems. It dips when we use it, but we're not going to be using it continuously. Looks fine. Why are you complaining? We have 97 left. Can we switch to something like this, perhaps? If we get gimbaled ones, that'd be nice. So this is variable thrust and gimbaled. Let's try it. So that's when I'm watching the simulation to see when we're gonna run the troubles with power. So I think probably what we want to do is tune this a little bit. To reduce the main thrust by just a little bit, down to 1250, 1260, 1245, that's fine. And these we can reduce a little bit. So we have more powerful thrusters, but we're not using them to this full capacity. Looks good. How's our crew doing? I haven't seen anyone getting upgrades yet. We could replace somebody. I'm liking this geologist. He's been helping out. I think we're fine. We haven't had many mechanic challenges is the issue though. Alright. Oh yeah, that can push us much faster. So that makes it will probably be easier to collect the ore. Another ship, JG47507. Let's just try to see if we can talk to you. Apparently one of our crew members knows the dude. Ooh. Ugh. And he does not have a very good opinion of our crew member. Who was that? I can't tell, I don't remember their names. Be grateful I'm not suing you. Maybe let's check to see if that guy is someone essential, or if we can maybe switch him out for someone else. You always gotta check those references, you know? You never know what someone might have gotten up to at their previous job. Good luck. I hope that you can get your internet fixed. Passing 12K. I don't think anyone is ever happier with their happy with their internet provider. Either they're bad and give you bad quality, so you don't have good connections, or they're expensive. So you always have something to complain about. So in the U.S., early on, they tried to encourage broadband growth by basically saying only one person is allowed to build broadband support in each area, and then they abolished that after that it had some initial support. But basically, it gave most companies in the U.S. a monopoly on the area. So, you know, if I don't want an internet by this one provider, then what else could I do? I mean, I can't get dial-up anymore. That's not going to be worth it. But yeah, like for me, it's Verizon or nothing. In the big cities, there's you know, multiple choices, but in most of the county areas, no. You get what you get. Passing 24. I'm looking on the rings. There's like these little curved areas, which I think are like moons, like they're new moons being made, and that's like a real feature in the actual rings of Saturn. There's like these little guide moons. Ah, well. Now we're about to hit 30. I think this is a good point to look. Need to find some nice big rocks. That was some rocks going east. That was weird. They must have been bumped by something. Yeah, lots of small rocks, but I want some nice big ones. This is looking a bit more promising. Let's keep going for a little bit. Adrenaline reaction because we were about to collide with that rock. Passing 42K. Let's go right out to 50, and then we'll look around. Nice round number. What I think this game needs is like more random events, or like more things associated with the mining that are random. Like right now, you hit a rock and it gives you one of what, 6 minerals. I think there should be like little special events, like you found a crystal of this random thing. That kind of thing. You know what I mean? Something that makes you happy for, you know, bumping into a certain type of rock. I don't know. At 51. Oh, someone just showed up to the north and they're firing down this way. I saw that shot go by. I'm not gonna stop here. I'm gonna keep going. So maybe we'll try 55. Ooh, there's a nice big rock. Let's do that one. Come on, break! It says it's very rich in beryllium. That's what our scanner is saying. Which would be very welcome. .603 beryllium right there. Oh, you hear that rattle? That was our control rods. Because we were spinning a bit too fast. Some decent stuff here. Here, can you grab that? Yeah, nice. Oh no, you missed it. There you go. There is probably a point where you should stop going for the really expensive chunks. Instead, just go for the easy to get chunks. There's probably trade-offs there. Like you run right by a 5,000 to get a 6,000. Not smart. We've already got 32,000 so far. Mostly from that one big chunk of beryllium. The beryllium just flies away. Because it's so much less weighty. This is 2 tons of palladium versus 1/10 of a ton. Or 1/5 of a ton. Break! I think it broke enough that we didn't lose that much. What are you complaining about? Our power balance isn't good. Oh, and I didn't grab that vanadium even. Oops. Come on. It's tempting to want to go faster and faster towards the object, but every bit you go faster, you have to slow down that much. You know, after you caught it. Ooh, what was that? Some other ship? What is going on here? There's like a stealth ship over here or something. These are like hitting each other. Or something? I don't know. I'm nervous about this spot. Let's get out of here. Because someone's hitting something with a micro... Oh. It just hit us. I think it's a ship. I think it might be at long range. Or stealth, which is not going to make me happy, but... And can I... No, there's nobody around to talk to. But what on earth is going on? Spontaneous microwave emissions? I don't believe it. There's some shenanigans going on here. Ooh, there. Okay, that's it. It's that MRS ship right there. I didn't see it. Hail! Watch out, there are nuclear residues around. I smell piracy. And one of our guys knew him. Oh. Look at these huge chunks of beryllium that are flying out from that guy's mining. Wow, we're having to speed up really quickly to catch up to this. It's going so fast. Ah. Okay, that's not bad. But it's worth 11K. How can I just let it go? Break, break, break. Oof. We are taking some hits. Got it. Oof. Slow down. Slow down. Here, we need to face the other direction so we can use our main thruster. Oof. We are having power problems. Like, whenever it fades out that way, it's because our capacitor empties out. I think we need to at least either address our power supply or increase our capacitor, because this is just giving us problems. Just grab that plat. And we're mostly full. I think we should go. We took some big hits there. But hey, another 100,000. That's interesting. Maybe I should switch to different thrusters. Because that was the issue. Instead of trying to improve our power, improve our efficiency. Like, we're not running out of fuel. Let's just take a look at those different what we just upgraded, reaction control systems. So these have an exhaust velocity of 27 and consume 7.8, but the power consumption is 2.8 gigawatts of thermal power. That's 3, 4. So these consume so much more propellant. That's what we had in the first place. They just weren't powerful enough. That was the issue. No, I think we do need to just improve our power. Would I volunteer for a space mission? I mean, you know, it depends on how crazy the mission is. Honestly, I probably am not in good enough health for it. Like, I doubt they would want to approve my being part of a mission. Would I be willing to? Yes. But do I think it would ever happen? No. So we could upgrade to more fuel rods. Get our power situation going a bit better. Cost 80,000. How much would a better capacitor cost? Only 30? Let's see. I'm just go up to a dual because they do have extra mass. So they're gonna make everything more difficult to maneuver with. And could I upgrade to a military grade? Yeah, I think so. Let's go to these military grade turbines. It does feel like real space mining, which probably is why it's not not very popular. Because it's yeah, a little tedious at times. Hey, our geologist went up a level. So did our mechanic. Okay. Feels like real space mining with some future technologies that hopefully we do eventually develop. But let's see. Currently playing 50. There's 50 concurrent users playing this game. A far cry from the thousands and thousands of a game like Phasmo or something. But I don't care. It's fun. We have this huge rock right next to us. Before we even accelerate, why don't we just go ahead and smack it? Looks like it's mostly just water. But a bit of beryllium and plutonium? Or no, not plutonium. Platinum. Yeah, there we go. Whoa, don't shoot our friend. The failed ride. Hello, sir. Staying clear of my excavation area. And one of our crew members knows this guy, Meyer. And they also don't like Wu. Wow, that's two people that think Wu did a problem. Jordy. This guy does not have a good reputation. I have to admit, I wish that the game made it a bit more obvious why you want to go deeper. Like, it seems if you just hang around the starting area and just mine the larger rocks, you still find things that are worth just as much as going deeper. Maybe we're not going deep enough, but the value of spending that first little 10-minute trip into the depths of the ring structure just doesn't seem to be there. Break. I mean, the theoretical idea is that when you break up an asteroid chunk, it'll split into larger sizes of little chunks that you can pick up. But if it is, it's so gradual that I'm not aware of it. Our reactor temperature goes up really high when we're not using it to maneuver. It's probably not a good thing. So we're 5K in? Mostly just a bunch of little rocks around here. Passing 10K. There, this is fine. Stop. Whoop. Nice, it comes right towards us. Big chunk of beryllium right there. Several big chunks of beryllium. And going in various different directions. We'll just go for the biggest. grab that? Come on, it's close. There you go. Come on, give me some nice platinum or something. Some tungsten in decent amounts. That's a huge chunk of tungsten. 16K. Big palladium chunk there. Let's pick up these 3 things. Ooh, there's a nice beryllium chunk too. I'm sympathetic to people who don't find this engaging, because honestly I don't find it engaging either. I find it relaxing. But sometimes that's what I'm in the mood for. Oh, nice. Someone is zapping me? A rock just zapped me. This rock. I'm gonna break that rock and see if there's something in it. Because that was weird. That rock very clearly just zapped me. I haven't tried that Universe Sandbox. Like, I thought it wasn't, like, there's not much to do in it. Like, it's fun to, like, set up a weird system and just, like, see how it behaves. But there's not, like objectives or, like, ways to progress or anything. Am I wrong? Maybe it's too sandboxy for me. I need some structure. There's nothing in this rock, so how did it zap me? It's not even a very rich rock. And we're getting zapped again from something. Slow down, slow down. Like, is this a natural thing to, like, random rocks in the asteroid belt zap? Do they emit microwaves? Probably. Maybe. But enough to fry a ship system? I don't know. I'm thinking it's shenanigans. I think maybe there's, like, a pirate around here or something. So I think it's time for us to get out. See, that seems like the kind of game that would be very fun to play for like a couple hours, and then you never want to bother playing with it again. Until you come back like a couple years later and then enjoy that first experience with it. There's nothing that create like a lasting, you know, persistent engagement. It'd be kind of like if this game did not have upgrades. If all you did was just go out and mine the same things over and over and over again. Instead of having, you know, a progression system. Any repairs needed? Our computer's getting a little messed up. It kept getting short-circuited. Maybe that was the issue. Maybe it wasn't actually the rocks. It was our computer systems telling us about the rocks were zapping them, when really it was just having problems. So we have 140. I'm still saving up for that at some point. Or a cargo bay that can actually refine the metal. Like, that'd be nice. So we're getting like these chunks, but if we have a refinery in our ship, then it can turn them into refined metal and can store them somewhere else rather than having to fill up this over once and then come home. I think we're good. So you can pay to jump further in. Like this would cost 94,000 to get all the way in here. But can you imagine getting all the way in here past this gap? It only costs 120. Like, probably we should do that at some point just for fun to see how it is. Like, why don't we here, reset to Homan. Why don't we push ourselves in just a little bit? Costs 80,000, which is painful. If we had a better astrogator, that would be much cheaper. Maybe I should just try to replace my astrogator. Is that Woo? Because I've been hearing bad things about you, man. No, you're the mechanic. Chris Adams. You're an expert, and you're giving me. I can't tell. But, do we have a better astrogator? No experience, but high education. You're a journeyman. You are expert, and you cost 24,000. Von Raleigh. Let's go ahead and get you instead. So, goodbye, Chris Adams. My apologies. Alright. This game is on Steam. It might be on GOG also. But it's not an old game. This game came out like last year. So yeah, now it only costs 49,000 because the price has been reduced by half because of having a better astrogator. So let's try it. Let's just jump into the second ring after the Kepler Gap. It's hard to search for because it's the symbol delta V. So if you just search for delta, you won't find it. You have to actually put the symbol in. Alright, so now we are already 364 kilometers deep. We should find some good rocks here, one hopes. Probably not enough to pay for it, but oh well. Here, give me some rocks. Where would you find rocks with less water in them? Would it be towards the inner part of a ring, or would it be towards like the center of it? You know, like if it's like if it's a ring and it's like has a certain width, would you find it all the way towards the inside of that width, or would you find it towards the middle of that width, or maybe, you know, at the whatever the average is? Like, I'm thinking probably the thickest part of the ring is towards the middle, not towards the edges of it. So maybe maybe this wasn't the right way to right place to go. But there's a big rock. We'll split it and see what we got. Let me grab that since it's coming right towards us. So I think we are seeing bigger chunk sizes. Like this was 8K. There's a 14K one there. Those would be super rare rocks back where we were. $33! That's the most expensive rock I've seen. It's a big chunk of tungsten. And this covered the entire cost of coming out here. I'd heard somewhere that like all the water in our solar system, like all of the water that's in the current place where like the Earth is, like anywhere like within the orbit of Jupiter, was all completely vaporized. Like early on in our sun's development, all the water just went away, and then the Kuiper belt was less, stable at the time. So all the water that's currently here now used to be further out in the solar system, and then it just sort of it infell. So I have no idea. It's hard to understand these things. It's fascinating to wonder about them, though. But someone was saying that because, like, our water has like a particular pattern of deuterium in it. And so you can tell that our water is the same as the water in like comets and stuff. Because it has a similar ratio of isotopes. But I don't know these things. I'm not clever enough to understand it. Just some iron. Not even worth picking up. There's another big chunk of tungsten. Occasionally, I rarely do live streams because I like to do some editing of the video before I actually, post it. And often, kind of the way I play isn't really suited for live streaming because I don't like to sit around for 3 or 4 hours. I do like an hour here, an hour there, and you don't want to do that if you're like a Twitch streamer. You want to sit there for like 8 hours and let your audience build up. It's the type of those type of things are things I like to watch videos about because I only really have a layman's understanding of them. But I don't mind. But that's what the Twitch streamers do. They have to. They don't expect their viewers to be there for 8 hours. But oh, a radar anomaly. Did you see that flash on the Viz feed? You need because if your stream is getting more views, then more people are inclined to see it and join it. So the longer you are streaming at a time, you develop your audience more. Let's go see what they just found. So, there's some sort of radar anomaly. Plot a course. Okay, well there's a ship. BLT 4653. Hello? Are you friendly? Oh dear. I think we might be having some hostilities. Hello? You don't look like a Ganymedian. We can't let you go through here. What do you want? 20 grand is cheaper. Sure, I'll pay. So we did have an attacker. Go away. So that was the radar surge we got? Psh. It was just a pirate. I was hoping for like a moon or something again. I really do agree, and I appreciate, you know, you guys who watch my videos and come and talk to me and all that. I really do enjoy the interaction, and that would be one of the main things I would enjoy from doing more live streams, more interaction with the audience, with my viewers. But like you said, you gotta find your own way to build an audience, and for the way I do it, live streaming is just not very time efficient. I can't compete with all the young guys that are, you know, this is their job. There's still a ship out here, but they're going away now. There's going to be a real big update in Phasmo. You saw they had a trailer for it. I think it comes out, what, the 21st? So another couple weeks. And the moment that comes out, we're gonna spend a lot of time in Phasmo. Oh, because they just start. They're adding a ton of new features, new maps. They might add new ghosts, but I'm not counting on it. They're adding the sort of a thing where you can add custom rules. So like sometimes I do these things where like I'll say, oh, we're going to not use any evidence items, or we're going to, you know, require us to take a picture or something before we can bring in a camera or whatever, or that might be some. Those will eventually be rules that you could specify, and then you'll get more money for completing the game or finding the ghost with them. I find the no evidence ones really fun, where you just you just try to get the ghost. You don't know, you don't get any evidence. You just pay attention to its behavior. But I fail a lot at them. I get it wrong a lot. They're still really fun though. Maybe someday. Probably not for this thing though, because it comes out during the week and I have work. Work, an agreement to exchange one's life for money. Money is important. Money is safety. All the time, every day you go out and you're rolling the dice to see whether something is going to go wrong. Whether you're going to have a problem, whether you're going to crash your car, whether you're going to get sick, whether you're going to suddenly need to replace something, whether someone you love is going to suddenly have a need that you aren't able to deal with. If you have money, you can deal with a lot of them. If you don't, you can't be safe. Money is important because you need it to be safe. Don't call in sick on my account. Sorry to hear that. You actually got sick. Hope it's not serious. Well, I hope you feel better. At work, one of my people, one of my subordinates, they got COVID. They went on a cruise. Discovered big LiDAR contact. Ooh. Okay, well, let's go back home and drop this off, and then we'll go out and get that big LiDAR contact. But yeah, one of my people, they got COVID, and now that I'm saying, dude, stay home, be safe, be calm, you know, do what you need to do. And they're all like, hey, I'm sorry I missed the meeting. I feel really bad about it, but I just wasn't feeling up to it. I'm like, yeah, it's fine, it's totally fine. But I don't know, he's pushing himself a lot harder than I want him to be. $184, nice. Any repairs? Nope. Let's launch real quick, and then we'll go to that contact. Well, there probably are some jobs, like if you were like, I don't know, a surgeon or a first responder or something, then it's probably worth risking your health. But I wouldn't want one of those jobs, and I certainly don't have one of those jobs. Yep, absolutely agree. The whole point of being, you know, part of management is to train your people up to the point where you're obsolete. I mean, here we are. We're on the anniversary of 9/11, and I gotta say, the people that, as part of their job, went in to help save lives, that was heroic. You know, there are some things worth risking your health over. But not some stupid job like where you're doing, you know, office work. We got another big moon. Looks like it does have an inside too. Maybe it doesn't have an inside. That's just a little... Oh, no. It does look like it continues. It's one of those geode moons. Gotta very carefully go in. Absolutely. And so often it's not that your job is the it's not you doing your job that's important, it's that somebody does your job, you know? It's the position that's important. Being very slow. Come on, why aren't you grabbing anything? Oh! Oh, my manipulator arm didn't know how to grab it. Oh. Because it was unmarked, so I should have... Oh well. Well, there's some money gone. And it was volatile, so it all exploded. Too bad. It makes it a lot easier because you don't have to perfectly line up your bearing with the bearing of the thing you're going. You just gotta get close enough to it that you can reach out and grab it. The arm. The Conrad Stevenson one? Yeah, I was trying that the other day. What they did, from my understanding, is they added replayability. Oh, you just finished Little Nightmares? Wait a minute, which one is that? Little Nightmares. Is that the one where you're a little kid? And like... I think I might be confusing it with something else. What's the one where you're the little girl in the raincoat? Yeah, that's it then. Little Nightmares. That game is awesome. I love the music too. Da 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 ba da tee da da tee da da da. I watched someone else play it though. That's the thing. I never want to make my own videos or something where I watch the full playthrough from someone else. It just seems like there's not much point to it. That's a good comparison. Yeah, it was like a good old Tim Burton movie. Oh, our nuclear reactor is actually getting some injuries. It's down to yellow. We must have smashed it on something. And like, yeah, you can see because our computer is having some problems, the UI is getting a little bit of problems. Oh well. But we just got here. It's because of that uranium blast. There we go. You should try it. You should play it. It's fun. And this is just like, you know, the first couple hours of the game. And, eventually you can upgrade your ship type, you know, so that you can have access to more different slots. And there's a whole sort of nanobot thing where they can, like, you send out little bots that can slow things down or drag them to you. I think there's a lot of expansion. And it's still early access, so of course. You can get crew members. Are you here to challenge Unique Ray for a race? No, I am not. Sorry. Whoa, what's happening? Alright, I think we're going to go back early to fix this computer problems, because it's giving us an issue. Only 53k that time. Oh well. Let's get some repairs on our stuff. Yeah, it had some overheating. All right, but yeah, look, the ship dealer shows a whole bunch of other ships you could eventually get. Like, look at this one. Look how big it is. And this is the base version of it, of course. You can eventually, you know, upgrade it with more and more stuff. Crew. It takes a crew of 12 people and 6 docking bays. What does that even mean? Are these ones? These ships, they have a little thing at the front, so instead of you just grabbing the ore, I think you instead of having to break up the little rocks into small enough segments so you can grab them into. Oh, I think I fired that guy because he wasn't giving us he wasn't giving us enough of a discount. But this costs 4 million, and we've I think in the entire time I've been playing, we've only made maybe $1 million. Our total net worth is only about 900,000 right now. We'll get it eventually, but probably not today. But now that we're up to 260, can we potentially get that? The tug drones cost 250. Of course, now we need to actually have room for drones. How much is that? That's 20,000. So that's not going to help us at all right now, but soon. Yeah, I have no room for nano drone components. Interesting. So they're saying if I'm worried about heat, I can force heat away by just firing thrusters that are opposing each other like this. Like fire both my left and right thrusters. And we don't move very much, but we use up our heat. I hadn't thought about doing that. It's a clever idea. Think of it as if we have a lot of room to grow, not that we're bad off now. The worse we are, the more room we have for potential growth. There's a ship nearby, but I don't think they're doing anything. I can talk to them. Let's see if they have anything to say. Way of the Trauma. So apparently I could hire someone to come and mine for me, or to protect me. What was that called? End the Skies. Yeah, that was a fun game. It did control a lot like this too, but that was very much a story game, you know. And this is almost the exact opposite of story games. This is pure mechanics. Or Sun the Skies, not End the Skies. Sun the Skies. And that was a fun game, I have to admit. I kind of ran out of steam while playing it because it's like reading a book almost. Oh, I do have some drones on me. I didn't realize that. There must be a default. Oh yeah, I start out with 100 capacity. So we can show them off a little bit. Here. Let me just slow down. So, I'll break this rock, and its ore is going to start flying away every way. And my ship sends out little nanobots that stops the ore from moving. It just brings it to a relative halt. So that's much easier to go and grab it. Now we just need to have enough room to buy the bots. Or to carry the bots with us. So some of the really expensive stuff, I was looking through it. I've never actually gotten to the point where I can use it. But you can actually, you know, reconstruct fuel, reconstruct bots from the material from the material you're mining. So you mine it, then you refine it, you send it to an industrial processor, and it turns it into bots. So you don't ever have to go back home. You just have to keep on mining. Without lie, what are you going to tell me? Watch out, there's nuclear residues around, you smell piracy. Thank you for the heads up. Okay, this dude just shot at me. I mean, he's, you know, mining, but he still shot at me. And he just grabbed that beryllium that I just made. So, you know what? I think we're just going to run away for a bit. Till we get somewhere a bit more empty. These other people around, I can't stand them. And we're already out of nanodrones. Here's some big rocks. You should probably slow down. Slow down. What are you doing? Slow down. All right. Oh. What do you... Give it to me. I think my arm's bugged or something. Because it's not giving me this vanadium. Oh, now I lost it. Just let it go, it's bugged or something. There's some beryllium. You can tell because it's blue. What? I do think my arm's bugged. Here, don't stop unmarked stuff. But otherwise, you should be. I'll turn it off and on. Like, we just bumped into that beryllium rather than the arm picking it up. And now I can't control the arm. I think it's broken. This thing. I turned it off and on again. Here, we'll see if it tries to grab the beryllium. I think it might be glitched. Yeah. So what happened was that I grabbed it, but my autopilot still kept trying to navigate as if we weren't controlling it. So when my arm brought it around, my ship tried to keep on bringing it in front of us, and now my arm isn't moving at all. It's bugged. And I think it's like bugged in the game engine, because if it was just bugged in the if it was broken, it would show up here, and we could start saying, "Oh, you need to repair it," and we could jury rig a solution. Early access, yeah. We can go back to just, plowing through them with our mouth open. Oh, suddenly it's working. God, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't like beryllium. You need an advance in your salary. Okay. Oh, it happened again. So it's on our arm, but we're still trying to rotate around it to... Our autopilot is still giving us troubles with it. I don't think so. I mean, this area doesn't care about which type of mineral it is. At least it's working again. Sometimes. Bit of tungsten. But I didn't want to pick that one up. That one was not good enough. Did I have a set weird or something? No, it's greater than 2,000. It says it will grab it. Psh. Buggy game is buggy. Alright, I'm gonna reset. I'm gonna go back to the to our home. Maybe that will fix it. Down to 55k. We're quite poor now. Anything need to be repaired? A few things. Alright. I wanted to get a nano drone component storage area. It says they have a story, and occasionally when you talk to people, they'll like say, "Hey, it's you. I'm surprised you're still flying with that person," that kind of thing. But I can't talk to my own crew members, so I don't know. It's more like flavor rather than actual story. All right. They haven't done anything with me. All they have done so far is request an advance in their salary. Even though other people don't seem to like them. And they're cheap. That's the best part. The God's Betrayal. What kind of a person names their ship that? Let's find out. Someone who's offering me help. And they know Frank Ree. Apparently they don't like Frank Ree. Yeah, go have fun, John. Thanks for stopping in. I greatly appreciate it. That's a perfect name. Little Suffering. It's so hopeful. Be well. Up, up, up. Where I am, it is about 5 o'clock. I believe John's West Coast, though, so he'd be, what, 2 o'clock? You should get some bed. Go to bed, get some sleep. If you're not feeling well. Oh, oh. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get some food soon anyway. Look at that. See, all these nano drones slow everything down. Slow that one down, please. So we don't have to chase after it so much. It's perfect. Put it in your face. In your face. There you go. I have to control when it feeds. I don't know. I push a button and I hold a button and it tries to put it into the excavator. But otherwise, it'll just reach out and automatically grab something. I can control what it wants to automatically grab, so I can say it'll only grab things that are beryllium, iron, palladium, platinum, vanadium, tungsten, with minimum values of 2,000. I should probably do that for this too. Actually, no. Stop. You should slow down everything because it takes us a while to identify it. But if you actually had to have control the arm shooting out, I think that would be a bit annoying. I mean, the common ones? Sure. Ooh. Yep, iron is Fe. Because another word for iron is ferrous. That's a shame. There weren't many teachers I actively disliked when I was going through my education. There were some that just weren't very good. But, oh, here's the God's Betrayal again. Yeah, put it in your face, man. That's so much easier. I don't know, you're sitting a little close to me, man. That makes me nervous. Maybe you should just, go away. Like, I'm worried I'm hurting him. I'll hurt him if I try to blast away. Okay, he's going somewhere else. I think he was just looking at the ore I was picking up and trying to see if he could scavenge some. Oh. And now I'm using my nano drones on his stuff. Yeah, we need to get away. Here's a big rock. Turn around. Ah! Okay, we took some thruster damage there. Up. There you go. But look, our cargo holders are getting very full. We're able to mine this so much faster, but that means that we do get full faster. Let's go back because we wrecked some of our thrusters. And honestly, I think this probably is a good time to stop. I'll probably go get some food. We'll just we'll see what upgrades we can get, and then I'm gonna quit. Yeah. Even the water we collect can be sold. Have I ever used torrents? Yes, I have. Back when I was in high school, or I was, well, a lot less willing to simply buy something than I am having a good job. We have 100,000. Is there anything I can probably buy for that? No. I think we need to save up. I think our next thing is going to be one of these mineral processing units, where it'll use power and it'll actually melt the chunks we get and start storing it as actual little metal invites. Well, my email address is in my profile of my channel. It's just my name, you know, Michael Young at Gmail. All right. Well, thank you guys for so much for showing up. I greatly do appreciate it, and I think this probably would have been a lot more boring if I didn't have someone to talk to while running around mining. Thanks for stopping in. Until next time.